Hey everybody, this is Alzorath, and welcome to the February 2019 channel update. Sorry if you hear sniffles or coughs or maybe a random dog barking every now and then, since I'm having to do this as a quick take due to being pretty busy with other stuff on the channel as well as real life. But hey, first update of the new year, a long one at that, yay! And hopefully back to the monthly trend. That is my main goal here. As usual, we do have the same bullet list going on, which is channel news, series plans, and Q&A at the end, and I have decided to try out doing game giveaways for starting next channel update. I will also be including timestamps to key points in the description and pinned comment and all that fun crap, so you can actually just jump to the point that you want to see or hear, or probably hear because this is a channel update and I'm recording this without footage behind it, so you're getting random game footage right now. I don't even know what I'm gonna put there. Ha ha. Wow, usually I have that planned out at least a little bit, or a rough idea. But anyway, for those of you that do like to click away a little bit early, I'm still within those first 3 minutes. Don't worry, you'll get the too long didn't watch version. We're waiting until the expansion for Grim Dawn. We're doing D2 continuously. It's just going to keep going on. First Strike is now a main series. There's a whole crap ton of stuff being added to the Discord server for both patrons and non-patrons, and Discord will be semi-necessary for the giveaways since they did away with, well, actually I can't even say semi-necessary, it's 100% freaking necessary for the giveaways since they did away with a proper YouTube messaging system. That said, I'm going to go ahead and expand on these topics, so those of you who do not have patience, bye. I will see you guys next time. But as far as those of you that actually want to hear the details or have clicked to a specific point, let's go ahead and jump on into the actual, important stuff. First off, the Discord editions are the main channel news, as I'm adding file uploads for some of the games I'm covering here, such as Diablo 2, Grim Dawn character files, Mech Warrior online builds, assorted files related to running or modding games that you see on the channel, that kind of stuff. Basically, the reason why the assorted files for the games is public is because I have rights to distribute some of them, or there's no rights protecting the distribution of them in some cases, but basically just stuff to help you run the game, stuff to mod the game, stuff like that, things that are easily accessible, but I'm kind of consolidating them so you can just go there and find them without having to search all over and worry about getting viruses. I'm also including several downloads exclusive for Patreon and YouTube memberships. We'll get more on the YouTube membership thing in a minute. The permanent exclusives are mostly streaming or YouTube tools like overlays, outros, thumbnail templates without my branding, of course, and stuff like that. Basically because a good majority of the people who are supporting via Patreon and stuff like that are actual fellow YouTubers. There's a few that aren't, but that's just where that is, and if you guys find those useful, I'll add more of them, and I might start adding similar things for non-YouTubers to just kind of enjoy artwork, possibly. As far as the time-restricted exclusives, basically it's going to be current season downloads. Things like Shanoa the Assassin from the currently running Diablo 2 season is going to be a timed restricted exclusive. Basically, they will become public eventually, at least that's the plan, and the permanent ones are just there for people to use. The temporary ones, back to the Shanoa example, we're in Season 4 of Diablo 2, so chances are Shanoa will be released publicly whenever we start Season 5. Make sense? Good. If you have questions about that, ask below. Doesn't count towards the Q&A thing because I'm going to actually answer them there. Anyway, on to the membership thing. You may notice the join button is up, or, well, down if you are talking literally. For those of you that don't use Patreon, the join button is now active for you, and it's basically will be treated like a $5 Patreon because I believe, if memory serves, actually, I should know this. I just did it recently before recording this. It's $4.99 for YouTube memberships for a month. So, yay! I don't know if that cuts ads off or not. I really don't know too much about it. I just know that it's a way for people to support. I do know that you get a special little icon next to your name in super chats and just regular chat and stuff like that. I will eventually probably use the custom emoji thing. I just wish that they had some way that I could apply that to patrons as well, but they currently do not have that available. I do 100% understand people's hesitancy towards using Patreon because it's a separate platform and it has had a security breach in the past, so has Google. But some people are uneasy about it, so I understand it. you're more secure with Google in most people's opinions, though anything is breakable. Anyway, that was gonna go down a dark road if I didn't diverge off of that. But it's still important to note that there will never be a paywall for core content. I may shill out and promote these things, but I will never block core content behind a paywall. I'll probably keep putting ads on it because I have to feed myself and keep myself clothed. I mean, I suppose I could do this naked, but you don't want that image, and neither do I. Ew. But anyway, support versus through these methods only if you can afford it and you want to explicitly support the channel. I do work a full-time job to keep myself fed and clothed. This channel does not do that. Hopefully it eventually will, but there's no telling. But I will not be utilizing any of the members-only things on YouTube, by the way, as it would exclude the average viewer, as well as patrons, which feels kind of like a double standard that I don't want to get into. Now, as far as series plans, since we're done getting through the newsy stuff, First Strike will be a main series, like I said. It'll be releasing the same time Monday and Friday for the time being, and I think I will go ahead and keep premiering most of the First Strikes based on a poll. There was actually a lot of interaction with that poll, by the way. Congratulations, you guys are awesome. Most of the First Strikes will still have the premiere, so we can have the live chat, though if I'm not available, I'll just release it as a normal video, because, yeah, some people can't make it to the premiere anyway. This should help me get them out more frequently. As it stands, I will almost always be there for the Monday release. Friday is a maybe. It's like an 80% maybe. I'm also looking at adding a planned third episode as a floater to deal with embargoes during midweek. That'd be a third recorded episode. So the floater will generally just be like newer games, with the other two being a mix of newish and old interesting games. Or even old to terrible games? Do we want to do a bad game run? Do we want to do a week of terrible games? Maybe we should do that for Vita Gaming. I don't know. I'm rambling now. I will also probably be doing a new stream test using the First Strike game in the near future. Using a First Strike game in the near future. Sorry, I'm going off a bullet list here. So we'll see how that works out. If I do stream First Strikes, I'm not sure whether I'm going to count them towards my weekly videos on that. So we might be having 4 or 5 First Strikes in a week if streaming works out. That, and I don't plan on actually replacing the video First Strikes entirely, because sometimes bugs come up, and guess what? I have to re-record it. And I don't want to just leave a bugged up stream out there, because I don't think it does anyone any good. It doesn't do the viewer good. It doesn't do me any good. It doesn't do the original game any good. You generally want to see the game and how it performs best, and if there are bugs, I can bring them up as content in the video and discuss them rather than actually, displaying them, unless it's an atrocious bug like some of the ones that I have shown off. Anyway, on the action RPG front, Diablo 2 will, as always, continue as planned. Season 4 is probably going to last well into next year, so it's probably going to be ending with 2020 vision. I'm so funny. Yeah, it'll probably be ending in 2020, with Season 5 starting after that. I have some plans for Season 5. We'll see what I decide to do with that, though, because we've gone through quite a bit on there. I do think the Amazon is going to be the third class to go to hell. And on the Grim Dawn front, I'm just biding my time until we get the expansion released. I'll probably end up playing an Oathkeeper variant of some sort to start the seasonal play, which I plan to auto-sort into class playlists so it's easier to browse. I won't be doing the kind of challengey seasons like I do with Diablo 2 unless we come up with a specific idea, in which case I'll make that its own little separate little bubble from the normal class playlists. I'm also working behind the scenes to finish off 2 games that I kind of left hanging mid-story. Some of you may know what these are, some of you may not. Depends on what other series you actually watch on here, but I don't know when they'll be released, but I plan to finish them off and release them daily after everything's recorded and rendered and uploaded and all that fun stuff, because it's really intermittent whenever I get a chance to record on them. I get to enjoy them whenever I do, but that's 2 episodes this week, none the next, 5 the next after that kind of weird thing like that. It's just all over the place, so I can't really guarantee a release schedule on them. One that I am probably going to stop, hard stop on, is Pathfinder Kingmaker, unfortunately. The patches have made it a much better game. It is enjoyable now. But I just find it too draining to play lately and actually enjoy it at the same time while commentating. It's one of those that, yeah, I can enjoy it while being quiet, but unfortunately, that is not what this channel is about. This is about getting the, like, mental feed of what the game is like. Because there's only so much you can actually convey via video, and that's not entirely the experience, because as a player, you are feeling certain things while you're playing, and bad controls can alter your opinion of a game, even though if you learn those controls really well, you can make the gameplay look amazing and enjoyable and fluid. It's really one of those weird things that's most people don't think about whenever they're just, you know, watching the video on a game and like, I want that game now. And it's like, maybe you should hold off on a minute. I will, speaking of holding off on a minute, there is actually one first strike coming up. You can probably guess what it is if you go onto the Discord. There's one on there that I'm like, I'm not sure whether I should release this or not, because I like the premise, but the game is jank. Like, seriously jank. There's certain levels of jank I can take, and then whenever it gets to, like, imbalanced jank, I just tend to jump off a cliff. So it's right on the teetering edge of that cliff of not being an episode, because I try to keep things relatively positive. Even if I get salty, I will make fun of myself. So that's kind of where we're at on that one. I am really rambling there. This is getting to be a long episode. Holy mother. I was only planning this to be 10 minutes. So past that a little bit. Oh, lordy. This is what I get for doing a one take of one of the things. I lost my place on my bullet list, so I'm really going off on the hit there. Okay, so I think that actually hits most of the high points. I'm looking at the bullet list. I don't think there's anything I've missed. If there is, I'll get it next time, because next month's update is in like 13 days or something like that. I don't know when I'm releasing this, so it's less than half a month away. So yippee-ki-yay, because I'm recording this on Thursday, I think it's the 14th. So yeah, 14 days. Woohoo! You'll probably be seeing this on the 15th if everything goes as planned. I think that hits on, like I said, most of the high points. So I think we should jump into the Q&A section. But before we jump into the Q&A section, I should probably explain how the giveaways will work. No, Tort, you don't get a free game giveaway, because I'll send you stuff on Steam if you want it. You know what I have in there. But I need to make it very clear beforehand on the Q&As. To get a free game from the pool for the Q&A, you need to ask your question in Discord. You can ask it in both spots if you actually want to hear other people's answers to it. Or, because, well, actually, you could ask it in the Discord and have other people's responses too. It's an open channel. But you can ask it both places, or you can just ask it on Discord. Because I will send the key through Discord, no exceptions, and it will always be a Steam key unless noted otherwise. So, for verification purposes, Discord is the place to go. Questions asked in the comments below, if you don't go to Discord, are perfectly fine. I will probably still respond to them, and if I put them in the video, you'll still get a shout-out. The thing is, the logistics of verifying it was you that asked on YouTube and getting the key out is a royal nightmare. I'm willing to try to do it, but, and this is a big but, if I am not confident it is you, I will not give you the key. And it will be sent via Discord anyway. I just need to make that really, really, really clear. Because there's going to be people who are like, but I thought I could get it on YouTube. No. You can ask questions on YouTube. I will respond. I read and answer every comment. As you guys have known for the past, at least 3 years I've done that. So you know I will read it and will respond to it on YouTube unless it's just pure trolling. It's there. I should also note that these games are not a contest. It is a giveaway. It is a gift from me as a thank you for asking questions that make good talking points. If no one asks any good questions, I'll have to use Tolka questions. Yeah. That's why it's not a contest. I will have to use Tolka questions. Which means basically you'll be giving Tulkas free games that he'll probably never play, even though he has the upgraded Tuxedo now. Yes, he actually has a computer that is comparable to mine. So he has a good Tuxedo. Just don't do that. You're probably wondering where the Discord is after that huge tirade. That's actually an easy thing. There's a link in the description, and if you can't see that link, it's literally just discord.alzorath.com. Period. Done. Good. Straight up. Not all that other extra stuff. It's just literally discord.alzorath.com. There's no anything after that. I set up the redirect explicitly for the sake of a sane link. It sends it there, period. It's just there. As a double note, patrons do not, absolutely do not get any special treatment for giveaway questions, so do not become a patron just explicitly for that. Patrons do have their own little special chat on there, but their questions asked in the patron special chat do not count towards this. They don't go into videos unless it's like a talking point that I want to make an entire freaking video over. So, anyway, let's see. Tirade over. We actually have the question written here somewhere. Okay. In the RPGs that you've played, have you ever made your own campaigns or modules? This was asked by Tort Tuxedo of the Tuxedos, which are a really fun group of guys. I haven't really seen them much on YouTube lately, unfortunately. But anyway, short answer is yeah. Yes, pretty much every game I've run was a custom campaign that I made from scratch. I actually went so far as to make my own RPG in high school at one point, with full campaigns and maps drawn out on grid paper in giant binders. I think at one point I had 3 binders for it. One for characters, which were like all different types of NPCs. And I'm not talking just like generic NPCs. I'm talking about the entire world's worth of freaking NPCs if you actually wanted to dig into it. I went through so much like paper that year. But yeah, I had custom rule sets, custom maps, grid paper maps. We used Lego pieces as the characters. But though, as far as taking like a core game though and adding mechanics to it, no, I actually haven't done that. That's one of the few things I haven't done. It's oddly enough just like one of the things that's outside my scope. I either make the entire thing from scratch or I play within the rule set. It's really just that or that. I guess that kind of falls into my like lawful neutral thing. I suppose if I'm making the laws, that's always lawful. Ugh. Yeah. Anyway, but fun fact though is oddly enough for the longest time in my RPG history, and some people are going to laugh their ass off at this, I didn't know there were pre-made campaigns for things like D&D and stuff. I really didn't. I did not. It just didn't occur to me. I thought everyone who was playing these games and running these games was literally just making the story out of their own head. That was my experience with role-playing games. I know that's probably not the standard because with the amount of like campaigns and stuff that they've made, that must be like a huge selling thing. That must be like a core thing. I only ever owned like the rule books and like sometimes some of the supplementary material, like, oh, here's a White Wolf thing, here's a clan book, oh cool, that gives me more information about the clan. I did not like grasp in the least the concept of there being like a like freaking bloody campaign pre-made to make everything easy and simple, and you could be like, hey, I'm reading you guys a book and you get to make the choices and I'm gonna lead you along. That just that blew my mind. That was outside my scope. But I think that's probably all I can give for an answer on that. I mean, you can ask about the like individual campaigns, I guess. I mean, in one game that I didn't run, I ended up stabbing a guy with a blunt staff because I caused it to explode inside of his chest. Critical successes, you gotta love them. It sent him into torpor too, in case you're wondering. So that's how like a newbie vampire shut down. It didn't kill him, it just shut him down. A very, very powerful vampire just because of the lucky roll. But that is a story for another time. So anyway, if you guys enjoyed this, and if you guys actually need any more information about anything, ask down below. Like, all that stuff. There's clicky buttons in the like little I button in the top right. I still don't know what game I'm putting in here, but I'm doing like hand motions and shit. So you guys are not going to see that because I don't have a camera hooked up. I do actually have a camera, but I don't use it. Some of you have seen my hands. There's pictures of my hands. But anyway, keep gaming, have fun, peace out. This has been Alzorath. Hopefully this wasn't too chaotic, off the cuff, update-wise. Usually I have these a little bit more organized, and usually I do more than one take on like individual paragraphs. But I'm sure you heard a dog barking in the background. I'm sure you heard me sniffling, but I hopefully got all the information across. Like, as always, ask questions. Just, it's fine. I'm not going to bite your arm off. I might bite a finger, though. Ew. Finger food. Keep gaming, have fun, peace out. Bye.